Welcome back. The Wake County Board of Commissioners recently accepted and appropriated $70,000 to be used by Wake EMS's Advanced Practice Paramedic program at its regularly scheduled meeting last month. The award was granted to expand the role of paramedics and develop community-based initiatives in providing emergency care and services for the public here in Wake County. Joining us to discuss this appropriation and to talk about the APP program is Wake EMS District Chief Jeffrey Hammerstein. Thank you so much for being here. Before we talk about the grant, Jeffrey, can you kind of provide us some background on the county's Advanced Practice Paramedic program and its aim?
Absolutely. So Advanced Practice Paramedic, or APPs as we call them, are designed and put in place to kind of look at a little bit different way of responding to some of the calls that we receive. A big portion of the 911 calls we receive, the people that we see don't necessarily need the traditional paramedic ambulance interaction and transport to emergency department. There are a lot of cases where, number one, they may need something a little bit different that doesn't come from the emergency room, and this is the only way they know to access that. And then in other cases, there may be people who we see them in their homes or places of business. They've got some conditions going on that we may be able to help do a little something for them without ever actually having to get them to the emergency department, which of course is good for them, good for the system as a whole. So the advanced practice paramedics will respond oftentimes alongside the paramedic ambulance. And if it's a situation where we can deal with it in a little bit more efficient alternative way than just the emergency transport, then we'll look at doing that and put that ambulance back in service.
What kinds of situations would APPs help to prevent?
So we kind of sum up their responsibility with respond, reduce, and redirect. So the respond part of that is we've got a lot of complex protocols for emergency care for the paramedics to undertake. This allows us to put another experienced paramedic on the scene of that critical level call so that we've got more heads working through those protocols and working through those situations, which is certainly beneficial. Redirect would be another example. As we talked about, patients that may not necessarily get the most benefit out of time at the emergency department, but probably need to be somewhere else, we can work to get them more efficiently to that place. If we go on to look at the reduce part of it, there are people that may have ongoing medical conditions. For example, heart failure would be one that, if not managed well, and in some circumstances anyway, could lead to some pretty serious emergency breathing problems. There are sometimes things that we can do to spend time with them in their home, help them manage that, stay on top of it a little better, so that they less frequently may slip into needing to call 911 and needing to get back into the hospital.
And now let's go talk about the recent appropriation of $70,000 grant from the state. What components or objectives of the APP program does this grant money provide for?
So that does a lot of good. So we started this program, very few of its kind, in 2009, and we've been able to show and demonstrate that it does provide some efficiencies. It can help keep some people healthier and save costs and that type of thing. The issue that we run into now is the capacity to do it on a larger scale. So in kind of a pilot way, we've demonstrated we could do it. We need to do more of it. Well, you can't just snap your fingers and put more resources on the road. It takes funding, of course, as we all know, to do that. So this helps us to put more on the road and up the capacity of who we can serve. The other piece of it, everything in EMS is very data-driven now. We can't just do a treatment and say, oh, that's a good thing because we've always done it that way. We need to check that. We need to monitor it, collect data on it, and see if it's actually doing good for the people that we serve. And of course, with this appropriation on the state level, they're going to want to know it works too, of course. So we can use some of this funding to bring some of our own APPs back in and do more number crunching and gathering data to then make clear reports that show this is good for the people of Wake County and good for the people of North Carolina.
Where can citizens find out more about the APP program?
It's simple. You can just go to the Wake County website, WakeGOV.com, and in the search bar, just put Advanced Practice Paramedics. That will take you right to our section of the county's website, the EMS department section, and the page that describes in more detail what Advanced Practice Paramedics do.
All right, great. Jeffrey Hammerstein, Wake County EMS District Chief, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Eric.
When we return, we'll talk about some exciting volunteer opportunities to help keep Wake County clean. Stay tuned.